Well, in this edition of The Locker, we take a look at a 17-year-old sailor and her family who are preparing for the unique opportunity as they are set to depart for Lake Grada, Italy, to participate in the Emerging Nations Clinic and Racing Regatta.
Sailing to their dreams. It may not be one of the more traditional sports, but for Kyla Marie Morris and her family, sailing has become an integral part of their lives, as the aspiring sailor is set to depart our shores for Lake Grada, Italy, for the World Sailing Emerging Nations Clinic and Racing Regatta. Kyla, who has high hopes for one day representing Trinidad and Tobago at the Olympics, said that the sport is something she can see herself doing for the long term.
I always wanted to represent the country in any sport discipline that I was in, but I have settled in sailing, so sailing is now my main sport. I want to make this sport a lifelong commitment, so even if, let's say, if I end up going to the Olympics and athletes will eventually retire, I wouldn't stop sailing. I would continue, but it could be leisure sailing, or I could compete at masters events and things like that, yeah.
Kyla and her brother Jordan, whose father got them involved at the Trinidad and Tobago Youth Sailing School, where they have learned and sharpened their skills. Jordan then spoke on why they decided to stick with the sport.
And I went to camp by myself, and basically I enjoyed myself. That was probably one of the best camps I've been to. And when I came back home and I shared my experience, Kyla then said she wanted to come back to sail. And the following year, we came back to sail. We were doing weekly classes with our coach. And then since then, we started coming to more camps, and then eventually we had training to help out at the camps. And then we started racing class in our boat category. And that's basically how 7 to 8 years of sailing has gone.
Jordan is very excited about the trip to Italy and supports his sister in her Olympic dream.
To have this opportunity, I know Kyla wanted to do this for a little while. And I'm proud of her that she actually getting the time to go, because for us, this is our first time to Europe, to Italy. And this is our first experience with an international race. This experience is very exciting for us, and I'm happy we get to do it. And I hope Kyla can improve in her skill and eventually make it to the Olympics.
Mother of the two sailors, Hilary Drakes, expressed what it's been like supporting her children in the sport.
We live all the way in the east, so getting them here on time to rig and to actually get out on the water by 2 p.m., it means we have to leave home at about 11. And oftentimes when they come off of the water at 5:30, sometimes we don't leave here before 7 p.m. So Saturdays are very much sailing days, and it takes hours, it takes a long time, but that is the commitment that I have decided to make to these two children to ensure that they realize their dreams.
Drakes explained how the World Sailing Emerging Nations opportunity came about.
Mr. James Arundel, who is a member of the Trinidad and Tobago Yachting Association, I would have spoken to him and I would have expressed interest, well, more on behalf of Kyla Marie, who said she wanted to, of course, pursue the sport at the highest level. And it is through Mr. Arundel's guidance, we are very thankful for that, that he would have, of course, put things in place, and World Sailing would have then selected Kyla Marie and Josiah to attend the Emerging Nations program.
Drake says she's thankful for the great amount of assistance they received to help the sailors.
So firstly, we'd like to thank the Trinidad and Tobago Yachting Association. Of course, of note would be persons like Mr. James Arundel, Mr. Joseph Afu, of course, Coach Earl Tobias, for helping these young people in getting to where they are. We also want to thank those persons of Vesini Vikings, the parents especially, who would have supported Josiah on his journey. We would like to thank, in this case, the Trinidad and Tobago Olympic Committee, who would have assisted us with our uniforms to be able to take part. We can't extend our thank yous enough.
Adrian Lazar, TTT Sport.